I had too much fun. We're back. Thanks for coming back. Okay, so now we're going to jump right into this. And I'm going to jump right.
Good, clever.
We're here with Shirley Jump, right? And she is an author, and she is actually an artist. And I know a lot of authors do not get that. They don't get that label, which they should get, because what they do is they take all of that and they make it into that.
Right. Into a little
And that's
book.
huge.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I couldn't even think about doing a book.
Shirley's done it 81 times.
And
Yes.
bestseller now, right?
Yeah, I've been a multiple bestseller, New York Times, USA Today, Amazon, and yesterday I was an Amazon #1 bestseller again with my Writing Compelling Fiction
And
book.
you can help
Wow.
her by going online and getting...
Writing Compelling Fiction, yes, which comes out October 1st. So
That's
yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, so do you do any ghostwriting?
I do a lot of ghostwriting. What I actually do is collaborative ghostwriting, because most of my clients know what they want to write about, but writing is not necessarily a skill set that all of us have. Just like I wouldn't try to do your taxes or, build a house. So I do collaborative ghostwriting where they talk to me and I write the chapters for them.
Okay.
So it sounds like them, but it has the structure that an editor would bring to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised people let me on TV and talk. So, I mean, I can't even do that well. I'm more or less try to write a book. Absolutely not. I'd have a headache. Because everything would start off, I started one dark and strong.
That's right.
That's all I ever know,
Night was
Right.
dark, the sky was
So let's talk about some of the books you've written that have gotten you into that top selling.
Oh, so I've done a lot of different genres. I started out in nonfiction, and my first book was a biography, and my second one was a how-to book, how to publish your articles, because I started out as a journalist in Boston. And
You do
then
not have an accent.
I know.
You don't park the car in the backyard.
I considered going into TV, took some classes that got rid of it. But then I really, really wanted to write fiction.
Okay.
And it was a really long journey to do that, because nonfiction and fiction are completely different animals. So I wrote 10 books in 8 years before I finally sold my first one.
Wow.
And so I've written romance, women's fiction, and teen horror novels.
That's what I'm
for
going to say.
all
Because
of
you
the
say
different ones.
fiction, that's a huge genre.
It is a huge genre.
Huge
Yes.
genre.
Yeah.
So you went into the team in romantic.
Yes.
Because
and
most
then-
romantic
Right.
novels are fiction. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you know.
true.
But tell us about the horror flick.
I did two horror.
Movie.
I wish I did 2 horror novels with my daughter. Then she got her license, and then she wasn't available, and so we didn't do any more. But yeah, mostly now I do women's fiction, some romance, but mostly women's
Okay.
fiction. So
Yeah,
it's a little
as
bit bigger
sweat
books.
Beat it off his
Yeah, I don't do a whole
chest
lot
or
of that.
something like
No.
that or whatever.
No,
We've seen the thickest book in the world, How to Understand Women.
right. But that's
Chapter 1.
The fiction is part of my Shirley Jump persona, but the nonfiction has always been my
Okay.
business. I've done
Okay.
nonfiction since I got my first job at a newspaper when I was 11 by lying about my age, and I've done nonfiction ever since.
You've only been working for like 10, 15
yeah,
years?
yeah. Thank you
Golly.
so much. Yeah, and so that's what I've always done for my business is that,
Okay.
and I made it official by naming the company a while ago. So.
Do you find it harder to write your own books or ghostwrite for people?
I think they're equally hard and easy at the same time, because to me a book is a puzzle. It's all about telling a story that's going to grab somebody from the first page and keep them turning the pages. You don't want them to get like a third of the way through and go, yeah, that's good enough, I'm going to put it down, because they'll never come back.
Right, right.
They won't buy your next book. They won't remember you. I want people to remember these books and stay up till 2 in the morning and be mad because they've missed all their sleep to read
Right.
the book. So to me, it's a puzzle, and I love puzzles. So I get to assemble it, whatever genre it is or whatever I'm working with, and create something compelling and interesting.
Okay, so on average, what does it take you to write a book?
It depends on how long they give me,
Okay.
because
Okay.
I write very, very fast. I always have.
Oh, okay.
I produce 6 books a year of my own,
Whoa.
and generally produce 6 to 10 client books a
That
year.
is a lot.
So it's a lot of books.
I mean,
yeah.
I know people that can't get one out in a year, more or less 6. I mean,
12 if she's...
and doing other people's.
Right. Yes. Yeah. But it's like building
you
houses,
sleep?
right? I do much
Okay.
more now that I'm more than 30. But it's like building houses, right? Like the first
Yes.
time somebody builds a house, they're looking at the blueprints every 5 seconds, and they're messing things up and having to redo it. But when they've built 100 houses, all of that process is intuitive, and it happens in their brains.
Right.
So most of the book construction process, I have those instincts now for, okay, I know I need this here, or I need to trim this back here. And so a lot of it happens in the back of my head while I'm driving or washing dishes or whatever. And so when I sit down, the work goes pretty fast.
Right. Now, do you dictate to your phone, something like, oh, this is an idea, I need to make sure I get this in here?
I don't, because to me that's a different process, a different creative process.
Oh.
My brain to my mouth is different than my brain to my hands.
hands.
And my brain to a keyboard and my brain to a pad of paper work differently.
Okay.
So for me, I found that it's most efficient to go to a keyboard, but when I struggle, I go to pad and paper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, have you ever suffered from the writer block thing?
I used to work for a newspaper when I was young, and I had to turn in 2 stories a day, 365 days a year. And I learned pretty quickly that there is no such thing as writer's block. There's days when
Okay.
it's easy and days when it's hard, just like any other job. You can be an accountant, and there's days when your job is easy and days when it's hard. And you just show up every day and do your best.
My job's hard. Not really. I mean, look, I'm talking to pretty ladies. It's 2 of them so far, and some guy named Ron. I don't know. I'm just kidding. So tell me, let's talk about some of the books, and where can we find these books?
Okay, so my books, my Shirley Jump books, are all on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and everything else. They're available nationwide. And Writing Compelling Fiction, which just came out, is also available nationwide. Then you can go to my website to see my client books, JumpStartCreativeSolutions.com. I sign an NDA with some of my clients, so I have some that are Today Show contributors, a couple of others that are former athletes, and so I don't have them on my website
Right.
because I have an NDA. But some
And
of my
an
client
NDA,
ones,
for those who don't
a
know.
non-disclosure agreement, so I don't
There
tell
you
them about it.
go.
But some of my clients are on my
Wow.
website. And I work with professional cover artists and formatters and everything else, so your book looks just like anybody else's book would. And
That's all.
really comes
So
across.
I have a question. So, being this has been your life for a long time, how did the world of Amazon affect you? Did it change it for the better? Did it change it for the worse? It was like, it's just really the same.
It dramatically changed traditional publishing because
Okay.
most of my early career was with the New York publishers,
Right.
Random House and all of them. They were slow to turn the boat to catch up with Amazon, and if you ask me, they're still way far behind the times.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Amazon has ramped up content. So there's 15 to 16 million books on Amazon right now, and 30,000 a month are being loaded. So you've
Whoa.
got a lot of content to get past. So it has been a lot harder for an author of any type, of any size, of any well-renowned to make a dent in the marketplace because there's so much content. But it has also opened up the marketplace for people that want to do their own book. Like if you wanted to come out with a book and use that as a platform, you can put that on Amazon. And Forbes magazine has said continuously for several years that the #1 way to establish yourself as an expert is to have a book. So if you have a book, you can get it on Amazon. You're probably not going to make millions of dollars. There's just too much content. But the most money comes from webinars and coaching and speaking. I make a lot of money speaking.
Courses.
Courses, all of that. I make a lot of money doing other ancillary products, and I build those for my clients as well. So that's where the income comes, because books are an unpredictable roller coaster, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, it is good to say, I've got a book.
Right.
Here you go.
You look
And-
smarter than the other guy.
Right.
You know?
See, I can't say I have a book. I say
It's gotta come
I
to
got
me.
video.
It does,
Right.
It does differentiate yourself.
It
from
does,
the other
right.
person in the book, and you can stand up.
Because
and
the
say,
more I stack, the higher I can be from you.
That's right.
"On those books."
Might need a few of them. Yeah.
But-
What I
Go
love
ahead.
about Shirley is she takes a professional, and what do? You build the book from the
ground up, yeah,
right?
yeah.
That way it's all about them. She just organizes your thoughts and
Mm-hmm.
expectations so you can present to the world what you want.
So
Right.
I want to make sure that everybody sticks around for the last segment, because we're going to talk to her and you about the RGA world. But again, so where do people find you? Where to find me? I mean, I
Jumpstart-
know Amazon, but do you
Yes.
have your own website?
JumpStartCreativeSolutions.com, and I also have ShirleyJump.com. And you can email me, Shirley, at Jumpstart
Okay.
Creative Solutions. There's an email button, there's a call button, there's everything on the website
Right.
as well.
Now, say I wanted to get started with you, get a book, because we're going to do a discovery thing and
We
sit
sit
down
down,
for a couple hours.
we come up with something that is unique in the
Couple
marketplace.
days,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's usually a couple hours, that first discovery meeting, where we sit down, we come up with a unique premise
Okay.
that's unique to you, unique to the marketplace.
Right.
and then develop an outline so that everybody has structure. You have to have structure or you don't know where to go. And
Right.
so we work a chapter at a time. I don't just send you off on your own and go write it, have fun.
Well, if I could do that, I could do that
Exactly.
myself.
You wouldn't
I don't
need
really
me.
need any help, right?
Right. But I build everything a chapter at a time with the client, so it's not so overwhelming. We can pivot if we need to as we go along.
Okay.
And we're creating a product that fits their ultimate goals of where they want to make money
Now, is that
from
going to
it.
be a one-on-one, or is it going to be a Zoom call?
It depends.
or-
I have clients all over the world, so it depends. Yeah,
so,
but
so you're used to the Zoom world before
Yes.
Zoom was
Yeah.
a thing. Right,
Yeah.
right.
But
Yep.
you will go to like Bora Bora.
I would go to Bora Bora for a client and
That's
sit
right.
there and
We
go,
should have a
just
field
talk to
trip."
this machine and we'll take care of everything
right.
while I'm going to the beach.
That's right.
Right? All right, so everybody, stick around. Me and Mark are going to get to talk next about good old Tampa Bay Multimedia, WeBeam TV. We have some big news coming that's really kind of cool. And then stick around for that fifth segment, because then we're going to bring Miss Shirley back and we're going to talk about what's going on with RGA. RGA is always busy anyway, but we've got some really cool news coming. I'm just saying.
We have
Yes.
some news for you.
All right, so we'll stick around. Go get some coffee, some tea, some milk. I know I keep telling everybody that. You don't have to do it, but you got to be fast. It's only 2 minutes, so you better be quick. We'll be right back after these messages.